The air shifts tonight, and something hidden is finally making its way to you. It comes not as a warning but as a revelation stitched with emotion, carrying the weight of a truth that has been waiting for its moment. In silence, 5 people have been moving closer, preparing to step into your world with something that will alter the way you see everything. Their actions have been quiet, almost invisible, yet they've been guided by an unseen thread pulling them toward you. Each of them holds a piece of the story, and when these pieces come together, the full picture will bring you to your knees with emotion. Suspense lingers in every breath, for the moment you least expect is about to become the moment you never forget. You may have thought nothing extraordinary was building in the background, but the truth is it has been unfolding every single day. These 5 people, different in their ways, yet united in intention, are holding something you never imagined. And tonight, the silence begins to break, piece by piece. A letter, a word, a gift, a message, and a presence, these are the fragments that will collide, leaving you overwhelmed with tears. Not of sorrow, but of a depth of feeling so pure it will be impossible to stop the flow. Suspense rises like a tide, and every step forward draws you into the heart of what is coming. The first person has been carrying your name close to their chest, waiting for the right hour to speak. Their secret is gentle, woven with care, but its truth will ripple like thunder when it finally reaches you. You will feel your chest tighten when their words break through the stillness. The second person has held on to something physical, a token tied directly to your past. It has been hidden, preserved, protected, waiting for your hands to touch it again. The moment you see it, a floodgate of memory will open, and your eyes will blur with tears. The third person carries no object, but their presence itself is the revelation. They arrive when you are least prepared, standing before you with a silence so heavy it vibrates with truth. Their look alone is enough to tell you everything you thought was gone is still alive. The fourth person is connected not by blood but by loyalty, and their part is the hardest to hear. Their message carries both the sting of betrayal and the balm of honesty. You will feel your body tremble as the words pour out, but beneath the sting lies the healing you have waited for. The fifth person is the one who ties it all together. They are the bridge, the unseen hand, the quiet force who brings the threads into a single weave. When they reveal themselves, the room will shift, and nothing inside you will remain the same. Every heartbeat between now and that moment is building suspense inside your chest. You may feel restless, as though something is trying to surface from deep beneath your skin. That is because the energy of this surprise has already touched you. It has been circling you, waiting for the perfect entry. The 5 people move closer, their steps invisible but undeniable. Like shadows meeting at the same crossroad, they are drawn to the moment that has been predestined. When they stand before you, your tears will no longer be restrained, they will flow freely, cleansing years of silence. And so the night holds its breath, for the surprise is not far away. It is closer than your reflection, nearer than the sound of your own voice. The revelation of 5 hearts aligned toward you will not just touch your life, it will transform it. A hush fills the space around you, as though time itself is slowing down. You can sense the tension thickening, a kind of weight that presses softly but insistently on your chest. This is the signal that something extraordinary has been set in motion, and nothing can stop it now. The first of the 5 people is already on the move. Their steps are guided by memory, by the unshakable need to show you what they've kept hidden for so long. In their possession lies a truth that will pierce through your heart, not with pain, but with overwhelming release. When they arrive, you will not hear grand speeches or complicated explanations. Instead, you will notice the tremor in their voice, the way their hands hesitate before they open. What they reveal will reach straight into the deepest corners of your soul. The second figure lingers nearby, watching with eyes that burn with anticipation. They hold something tangible, something you once thought was gone forever, erased by time. The moment it is placed in your hands, it will feel like touching a fragment of your own past. Tears will sting your eyes before you even realize it. That object, that simple fragment, carries with it echoes of laughter, whispers of moments, and the weight of everything you thought you had lost. Suddenly, the distance between then and now collapses. The third person is unlike the others. They bring no physical proof, no words rehearsed, but their very presence will shake you to the core. Standing before you, silent and steady, they will remind you of a truth your spirit has always known. It will be in their eyes that you see it, the reflection of what has been waiting to return. Their gaze will carry you into a space where everything aligns, where the noise of doubt falls away. And in that stillness, your tears will fall freely, unstoppable, cleansing. The fourth person enters not as a comfort but as a storm. Their truth cuts differently, it does not soothe, it stirs, it unsettles. Yet it is precisely this confrontation that will open the door for your deepest healing. They will speak words that sting, words that strip away illusions you may have clung to. For a moment, the floor beneath you may feel as though it is crumbling. But in the collapse, there is a raw honesty that liberates. Their role is not to comfort, but to awaken. And once their message is fully delivered, the tears you shed will be heavy, not from sorrow alone, but from the release of carrying burdens too long. Pain will loosen its grip, and you will exhale with a freedom you had forgotten was possible. The fifth person waits for the perfect moment. They are not rushing forward, because their presence is meant to seal the circle, to complete what the others begin. When they finally step into the light, the entire atmosphere shifts into clarity. They will not only bring their truth but will connect all the others together. Like the final piece of a puzzle, they reveal the whole picture that has been building. And in that instant, the tears flowing from your eyes will not be only your own, they will belong to every part of your journey. The suspense builds with every second closer to this revelation. You may already be feeling it in subtle ways, the heaviness in your chest, the electricity in the air, the restless pull of something about to break open. These are the signs that the surprise is already near. What these 5 people hold for you is not random. It is intentional, precise, and meant for this exact season of your life. When their voices, objects, and presence converge, you will understand why it had to happen now. No preparation could have prepared you for this moment. It is bigger than your expectations, greater than the patterns of your imagination. The tears will come, not as a weakness, but as a flood of recognition that destiny has been quietly weaving all along. And when it happens, nothing about you will remain the same. The air, the silence, the people, all will carry new meaning. This surprise will not only bring tears to your eyes, but it will anchor you to the truth you have long deserved. The room feels charged, as if invisible threads are weaving something powerful around you. You don't see the movement, but you feel it pressing against your spirit, reminding you that the moment is no longer distant. It is crawling closer, almost ready to burst into reality. The first person edges nearer, carrying the secret like a flame that cannot be hidden. Their heart beats with urgency, for they know the weight of what is about to be placed in your hands. What they reveal will not simply surprise you, it will shatter the silence you've lived in. You will notice their hesitation before the words leave their lips. A pause, a tremor, a breath that holds everything together before it breaks. And then, like a door swinging open, truth floods the space, uncontainable and raw. At that very instant, the second person emerges, their eyes heavy with a story they've carried alone. In their hands lies something fragile yet unshakable, a symbol from your past that you thought was buried. The moment you touch it, memories will ignite inside you. The flood will be unstoppable. Tears will blur your vision as the object awakens everything you thought was gone. A piece of your soul returns to you in that touch, and your chest tightens with both joy and grief entwined. The third figure follows in silence, yet silence is their gift. They bring no token, no letter, no voice rehearsed, only their steady presence. The weight of their gaze alone will undo you. You will see yourself reflected in their eyes, your wounds, your strength, your survival. And in that reflection, you will finally recognize what was always meant for you. The tears that fall then will not be of sorrow, but of awakening. The fourth person does not come to soothe but to confront. Their words are sharp, their tone heavy, their truth unrelenting. Yet inside their storm lies the seed of your healing. It will sting as their message slices through illusions you've protected. For a heartbeat, you will want to resist, to turn away, but you will not. Because deep down, you will know that this truth is the only doorway forward. Their revelation will crack you open, leaving you trembling, but lighter than before. The tears you release then will carry years of hidden weight, falling in streams you cannot control. In their honesty, you will find your own freedom waiting. Finally, the fifth figure steps forward, the one who completes the circle. They are the binding thread, the connector, the bridge between all the others. When their presence fills the room, the entire story is revealed. The final revelation does not come with thunder, but with clarity. They place everything together, every object, every word, every gaze, every storm, and weave it into one undeniable truth. And the tears pouring from your eyes then will cleanse you like rain after years of drought. You will sit in that space unable to speak, overcome by what just unfolded. Suspense will collapse into release, and the mystery will transform into knowing. The surprise will leave you both broken and whole at the same time. For these 5 people did not come by accident. Each step, each hidden movement, each carefully chosen moment was aligned with perfect timing. Together, they carried a message too vast for one voice alone. What happens next is not just about tears, it is about transformation. The ground beneath you feels unfamiliar, because you have been shifted into a new place. And though your face will be wet with emotion, your spirit will stand taller than ever before. This is the moment destiny wanted you to reach. The surprise is not meant to end with revelation, it is meant to ignite your future. And when the 5 finally leave, you will remain changed forever. The silence after their gathering does not feel empty, it feels alive. Every corner of the room carries the weight of what just transpired. You can almost hear the echo of your own heartbeat, quickened and restless, as the emotions ripple through you. The first person still lingers, their eyes heavy but relieved. The burden they carried is no longer theirs alone, it has been released into your life. You sense the trembling in their spirit, and with it, the gratitude that their truth finally found its way to you. The second person shifts closer, ensuring you do not drop what they've handed you. The object in your grasp feels heavier than its true weight, for it carries layers of time and memory pressed into it. You cannot stop your hands from trembling as your tears drip onto its surface. Every drop of water falling from your eyes onto that item seals it deeper into your story. It becomes alive in your palms, no longer a relic but a bridge reconnecting what once felt lost. The emotion tightens in your throat, and words are impossible to form. The third person remains still, silent, yet their presence grows stronger. Without speaking, they draw you into the space where truth does not need words. Their steady gaze holds you in a way that no voice could, and the silence grows louder than any sound. It feels like their eyes are windows to everything you were afraid to admit. They do not judge, they do not pressure, they simply allow you to be seen fully. And in that moment of being truly seen, the tears flow harder than before. The fourth person watches carefully, waiting until the silence has stretched long enough. Their message is not kind in tone, but it is urgent in purpose. They do not arrive to comfort, but to break chains that held you captive in illusions. When they finally speak, every word strikes like lightning, sharp and unavoidable. You may flinch at first, but then the realization seeps in, it is the storm that clears the skies. And the tears you shed now are no longer only from grief, but from the freedom of release. The fifth person steps into the center, their role heavy but undeniable. They are the weaver, the one who ties everything together. In their hands is not an object, but a truth that connects the fragments from the other four into one complete revelation. As they speak, you feel the room shift. The scattered pieces of meaning fall into alignment, and suddenly everything makes sense. The emotions swell inside you, unstoppable, like a river breaking through a dam. Tears pour from your eyes, not from pain alone, but from the magnitude of realization. You understand now why these five were chosen, why they carried different fragments of the same story. They were never acting separately, they were guided to move together. The suspense you felt from the beginning now collapses into clarity. The surprise does not come as one sharp shock, but as a wave that rises higher and higher until it crashes over you. And when it does, you are left breathless, soaked in truth, unable to hold back the emotion. You clutch the object tighter, remembering the second person's hands that placed it there. Your eyes lift to the silent third person, whose presence still steadies you. Your ears still burn from the fourth person's storm, and your chest pounds with the final revelation of the fifth. It is overwhelming, but it is perfect. None of it could have been delivered alone. Only together could the weight of this surprise be carried, only together could it reach you fully. And though your face is wet, though your chest feels cracked open, there is a peace rising from beneath the tears. It is fragile, like a flame in the wind, but it grows steadier with each breath. You realize then that this moment was not built to break you, it was built to transform you. The tears are not endings, they are beginnings. And with every drop that falls, you are stepping into the life that has been waiting for you. The air feels charged, as if every molecule is humming with what just happened. You sit there, still clutching what was given to you, while the presence of the 5 continues to press into your spirit. Their energy is not fading, it is intensifying, pulling you deeper into the unfolding revelation. The first person leans closer, their voice softer now, almost trembling. They are not here to overwhelm you, only to assure you that releasing their secret was necessary. In their eyes, you see both fear and relief, the mixture of someone who has finally unburdened themselves. The second person does not speak, but the weight of the object in your hand keeps pulling your thoughts back to them. You realize now that it is more than a token, it is proof. Proof that what you once believed had slipped away forever was always protected, always meant to find its way back to you. Your tears drip faster, your throat tightening with each passing second. The emotion doesn't feel like sorrow, it feels like a cleansing tide washing everything old away. What you hold now is no longer just an item, it is a reminder that your story is still alive. The third figure remains motionless, yet their silence thunders inside you. You find yourself unable to look away from their steady gaze. Their eyes seem to pierce through the surface of your being, touching the deepest layers of your heart that no words could reach. There is no judgment there, only knowing. They have seen you in your lowest moments, in your hidden battles, in the nights you thought you were unseen. And now, standing in front of you, they hold you with a recognition so profound it makes your knees weak. The fourth figure waits until the silence of the third has soaked into your spirit. Then, like a blade slicing the air, they finally speak again. Their tone is sharp, unrelenting, and it forces you to face truths you may have resisted for years. At first, your body tenses, bracing against the sting of their words. But as the storm continues, something unexpected happens, your defenses collapse, and the chains around your spirit begin to shatter. With every sentence, you are being stripped of illusions, freed from shadows you did not realize you carried. The tears streaming down your face now feel different, they are heavier, but lighter at the same time. Each drop carries away another layer of the weight you had been dragging. For the first time in a long time, your chest feels like it can finally breathe. Then the fifth person steps into the center again, and everything quiets. The others fade back, their roles complete, while the fifth prepares to weave the story into completion. The air thickens as if the entire world is listening. They begin not with grand words, but with a calm certainty. Their voice connects the threads of each revelation, each object, each silence, each storm. Slowly, the pieces merge into one tapestry, and you finally see the full picture. The realization is so vast, so heavy, that your tears pour harder than ever. You understand now why these 5 people were chosen, why their roles were so different yet perfectly aligned. It was never random, it was destiny moving in perfect rhythm. Your heart pounds against your chest as though it is trying to break free. Every inhale feels sharp, every exhale drenched in the weight of release. You are trembling, but it is not from fear, it is from the immensity of what has just been unveiled. You look at each face, each figure, and understand that your life has been permanently altered. Nothing will ever return to the way it was before this night. The old version of you, the one who lived in uncertainty, has been washed away by tears of truth. And though your face is wet, your eyes swollen, your spirit feels lighter than it ever has. The burden has shifted, the silence has broken, the surprise has arrived. The circle of 5 has done what it was destined to do. You are no longer who you were yesterday. The revelation has burned through you like fire, and what remains is stronger, clearer, and freer than ever before.